Hello, welcome everybody. This is Coach Kurt Johnson, Director of Coaching for the Daily Marketing Coach. I have the honor of being Ann Sieg's first online coach and mentor many years ago, and since then I've had the wonderful opportunity to work with some really great people, and high on that list is Dr. Hale Pringle. It's my pleasure to introduce him to you as he introduces to you his expertise in teaching and training and mentoring people as he leans into the strength of Ann Sieg's Daily Marketing Coach and the special Black Friday training sale, half off plus a lot of bonuses. So Dr. Hale is quite the educator. Hale, yes. I enjoy working with him so much. He is such a go-giver in this community, and trust me, if you decide to tether to him as you are learning your online marketing, lead generation, business building, you'll be delighted at the service and the wisdom and just the grace and patience and strength in which he presents information to you to help move you along in business. So listen closely as Hale goes through some really great material for you here. Hope you come along for the ride with us starting now on through almost all of 2014 together for this one really low price. So Dr. Hale, it's a joy working with you, and I'll turn it over to you.
Oh, thank you very much, Kurt. With an intro like that, I think maybe I ought to just quit while I'm ahead. But as long as we're here, let's take a look at what we have today. We are, as Kurt mentioned, talking about Black Friday and the special sale that Ann is putting on. She has a half off on her Daily Marketing Coach training program, and she's offering a lot of bonuses, and I'm offering some too. But I'd like to give you a little background, a little history, and let you see some of what we're talking about. So, are you an internet marketer? Would you like to be an internet marketer? Is it something you're considering, bringing your business online? So, and if so, you're probably, like I was, and still am, a work in progress. If you're just starting, you're very likely frustrated. You're very likely confused. You're very likely overwhelmed. All of those places I have certainly been. Well, let me just tell you, Dr. Hale, the educator, is in, and I am more than happy to help you and share with you some of the things that I have learned and some of the roads that I have traveled, and I want to give you a little bit of that. So if you're ready to succeed, I am here to help you. You're about to discover a proven 3-step formula for becoming an internet marketing professional. It'll take a little while, but in less than a year you can be a real professional, not just cut and paste doing exactly what somebody tells you to do, but understanding the process of marketing your business, whatever that happens to be, online. So, have you ever wondered what it would be like to fire your boss, be financially free, to have the freedom to do what you want to do so you can spend more time with your kids? To live your passion, not wake up to an alarm clock, and do exactly what you want to do when you want to do it. To have an endless stream of prospects or clients knocking at your door. To generate a 6-figure income this year with an online business. To work smarter and not harder. So let's think about it. How many of you really would like to make more money? And that better be everybody. And how many would like to fire your boss and take control of your life? And how many would like to make 6 figures this year, or even more? And how many of you would like to learn to create multiple streams of residual income? Those are the dreams we're talking about. Those are the dreams that get me up and fired up. So I've traveled down the road that you're on, and I've found a mentor, I've found a solution, but I want to tell you something about the road and see if that rings a bell with you. So you're about to discover the real reason you have trouble putting it all together online. The 3 deadly mistakes that most internet marketing students make, and my 3-step formula for becoming a professional attraction marketer. And it's not some of those anyone can do this, you'll be earning money tomorrow, look at my new car, look at the gorgeous house I have type system. Because most of those systems are just flat scams. Now, if you stay to the end of this webinar, there'll be some special gifts, some special bonuses, a year of training at half price, and a special guarantee that I'm making. First, let me tell you a little about the road I've traveled and see if it rings a bell with you. My degrees are in education and research, and I've been an educator and a computer geek for a long time. Wrote my first computer program in 1967, which should give you an idea. A few years ago, I decided to get out of the just over broke or jump out of bed type of rat race and become an online entrepreneur. I came online looking for leads. I am in a network marketing company. It's not all I do, but I definitely came online because of the network marketing company. And some of the traditional belly-to-belly 3-foot rule just wasn't working for me. So I walked down the same walk that I hope you do not have to walk. I started with webinars and education, e-courses, e-books, downloaded courses. So let's look at some of the training that you can buy today and some of the training I did buy today. And I'm just going to walk through these and you'll see them. And I realized after a while that I had either taken a webinar, paid for a webinar, or downloaded an ebook on every one of these topics. And they just kept coming and they just kept coming. And I finally realized that there was no way that I was going to be able to do this by myself because it was just flat overwhelming. So after a few thousand hours, I graduated to live events. And I went with some of the biggest names in the industry. And I knew you probably recognize some of these people. That wasn't really working either. While I was at it, I looked at a number of the anyone can do this and done for you, and let me show you how I made $195 the first day offers. And gotta tell you, if it looks too good to be true, it probably is. I actually realized a little while ago that in the computer industry, in the 80s, we had a saying, you can have a project, you can have it good, quick, cheap. Pick one. If it's good, it won't be quick and it won't be cheap. If it's quick, it won't be good and it won't be cheap. If it's cheap, it won't be good and it won't be quick. In the 90s, we actually changed that to say, pick one. You can have it good, but it will be expensive and take a long time. Or you can have it quick, and it'll be expensive and it'll be terrible. So all of these offers that say for $27, I'll give you a cut and paste system that'll have you making money within a week are offering you something that's good, quick, and cheap. They're offering all three. It was ridiculous in the computer industry in the 70s and 80s and 90s and 2000s. Well, it's ridiculous in the internet marketing era also. So after all those hours and many thousands of dollars, I had some answers. Not much money, but definitely some answers. And I want to save you those thousands of hours and many thousands of dollars. And if you don't have those to spend, I want to save you from being a complete failure at internet marketing. If you do have the time and the money, I definitely want to save you a lot of time and a lot of money by not having you walk down the road that I walked down. So those 3 deadly mistakes that I mentioned, except for very rare individuals, you will need a mentor. Research studies and virtually every guru I talked to, often over a beer, admitted they didn't get moving until they found a mentor. I listened to them talking on their webinars and in their ebooks, and it sounds like they just jumped in and did it by themselves. But when you get them behind the scenes, there was always somebody helping them along. Either that or they'd been doing it since 1998, 1999, 2000. All of the gurus agree you have to start with one type of marketing and master it. I will note that a blog is the safest and the best bet. I will also note that the bright shiny things will break your bank account because there is so much stuff, and once you get on a few lists, every day you'll be inundated with new bright shiny things. The third thing is not really an internet marketing thing. It's just a general observation that every educational institution or real educational program you've ever run into teaches step by step. You learn the basics, and then you add to that, and you add to that, and you add to that. That's not the way we're learning internet marketing typically, the webinars and the ebooks and the things we see online. So I could clearly see what was happening. And so let me expose why the learning online is so difficult. You start by learning things, and the pieces start to pile up. So at some points you figure it's time to start to take action. And that's when you discover that the pieces that you have just don't fit together. So let's take a quick look. All right, you've got all these pieces. Let's do this. Let's flip them over and start to group them. Now they fit together, and what you discover is that you have pieces for multiple different types of internet marketing, and yet you've got them piecemeal here, there, and yon. And so, given just the three that I've listed, here's what you should have learned, but what you actually learned look more like this. You've got some of the Facebook, and some of the blogging, and some of the Kindle, and I could list off 30 other different ways of making money that there are. So when I tried to put things together, what I usually got was something that looked like this. It's a car with wings and propeller and tank treads. It isn't a car, it isn't a plane, it isn't a tank. It's a little bit of each. And it was no wonder the thing didn't work for any one of those three options. So why is that true? That's because the trainers were there to sell you stuff. They were not trying to teach you a complete system. They were trying to give you just enough to feel like, oh, this is exciting. I think I ought to go buy their more expensive course and learn the whole thing. Even there, I found most of the trainers, almost every one of them, was just teaching a particular little piece. Like I know people who specialize in solo ads. I know people who specialize in blogging. I know people who specialize in PPV or PPC, which are paid advertising. But those are just a little small piece of an entire marketing funnel or an entire online system. So finally, I realized I wasn't going to be able to do this alone. And so it was time for a new plan. And instead of bright, shiny things, I needed something more, something much more. So I decided, and I thought about this for a while and used my experience and background, that I needed three things. I needed a mentor. I really wanted a mastermind group, a group of people who were doing the same types of things I were doing so I could bounce ideas off of them. And I've gone to a lot of networking live meetings here in the town where I live in. And most of the people who were there, I couldn't bounce ideas off of because they were not trying to put their business online. And I needed a way to fill in the holes of the things I'd learned. I needed to learn one strategy from start to finish. I went through a lot of different people, gurus, training programs until I found Attraction Marketing and Ann Sieg. And as I listened to the video introducing her book, The Renegade Network Marketer, I knew I'd found a home. And I decided I'd do whatever it took to involve me with her program. At that time, it took over $4,000. That is definitely not true today. So here's a little bit of the background of my history with Ann. She had this slide in one of her recent training programs. Why did you come online? Well, I was looking for leads and a mentor. A live workshop where we were talking together. I've won several awards from Ann. The thing that she particularly awards me for is building the community, answering questions, helping people get unstuck in whatever part of the marketing funnel that they're stuck with. Here are a couple more of my mentors and some of the awards we've won. Rich and Natasha Hazlett. I'm not going to read all of these, but these are some of the people who have said some nice things about me. So Natasha is one of the certified coaches. Diane, appreciating my expertise and professionalism and the giving spirit. Eric Walker is one of the 80/20 staff, works for Ann. He's talking about an article I wrote, the Sale of the 7 C's to blogging, and that was published in Ann Sieg's Renegade blog, and he thought very highly of it. So where are we going? I've done the research. I've found the solution. In addition to what Ann does, I'm ready to help you build your business. Remember I promised you a three-step formula? Well, it's attraction marketing and the three-phase process. We need to help you find a particular niche and the product or products that you're going to sell to that niche and what makes you unique. So your unique selling proposition. This is one of the things that Coach Kurt and I do every week is we host a webinar helping people do this. So I've had some practice doing that. I'm going to help you build your authority base. It's usually a blog. I mean, it can be a Facebook, but we really prefer a blog, and the main reason is you own it. When you go to things like Facebook or Twitter or LinkedIn or YouTube, somebody else actually owns your channel, and if they decide you've broken some rule, they can shut you down and in a heartbeat. And as big as they are, there's virtually no way to communicate with them to explain that it was a mistake and get your material back. And so your base is suddenly gone. And the third phase is building a list and marketing to them. And that's what I specialize in mostly right now. But I am very familiar and can help you with all three of the steps in this formula. So I want you to take the time to check out Ann Sieg's Daily Marketing Coach. I'm going to give you a link at the end of a webinar she just held where she went over the program and the bonuses she's offering. And her team teaches all three of the phases that I just went through. It's the only program I know of that has step-by-step training to build an entire marketing funnel from the very beginning to the very end. They teach you all of it. They have personal coaching. Ann is very active in working with her people. It's not an occasional or some recorded webinars. She's answering questions virtually every day. There are live question and answer calls every day, except Sunday. If you've got a question about something or you're stuck something, not only is there a Facebook group, a very active Facebook group where you can ask your peers, but there are live Q&A calls where you can talk to somebody about it. Ann's got a team. It's not just one person. She has a staff, and they have various specialties. Justin Gehring is a webmaster, second to none, and can answer technical questions. Her son Isaiah is a real expert in paid advertising and email marketing and can answer those. Eric Walker teaches email and blogs and really can help you in those areas. Coach Kurt, live phone calls and niches and USPs. Kurt's just fabulous in that area. In addition, she has several certified trainers, can help you with things like branding and building your blog and video training, video marketing. There is a very, very active mastermind group. Her Facebook group is, I think, unique on the internet because you can ask for questions, you can ask for opinions, you can ask somebody to look over your material, and there's usually multiple answers within sometimes minutes, but definitely within a couple hours, anytime, day or night. So here's what Ann's offering during her special Black Friday sales event. 1 year of her training program, as she goes over it, it's worth well over $15,000. And the usual price is $50 a month, which $49.95 comes in right at $600. And she's offering all of that on this Black Friday sales event through midnight Monday, and that's midnight Central Time. It's only for $297, so that's half price. Plus, I'm offering some bonuses. For the first 5 who sign up with me, they're going to get 5 hours of one-on-one coaching. I'll have you 2 hours to help you find your niche, products, and what makes you unique. An hour to help you set up your blog, and 2 hours helping you build your list. Now we can adjust those if you have different needs, but based on some of the charges I usually get, that's easily worth $1,000. I will be giving a drawing for 50% off, so her $297 becomes $150. Everyone who signs up with me will be getting several, currently the plan is 3 special webinars just for my team during the year. You'll also get special Facebook group that's mine and special priority access to my help whenever you need it. And I am one of her accredited trainers, and I am also one of the ones doing live Q&A calls. Plus, I'm very active in all of her Facebook groups, helping and mentoring people. You'll also get free access to my 3 books on AWeber, which I do charge for 2 of those books. Access to my soon-to-be-released video course on AWeber, which is also something I'm charging for. And I'm just coming out with a quick start to list building program, and you'll get free access to that. Plus, and this is probably the big one, this is my personal guarantee. If you go through Ann's Boots Camp section and give DMC a shot, and at the end of the year you don't feel it was worth every penny, I'll refund your money out of my own pocket. So there's a $297 value right there. So in summary, that's over $2,200. That's the $2,300 in bonuses that I'm adding on top of what Ann. So if you'll just go to halepringle.com/DMC, you can see a replay of Ann's overview. She did a webinar Friday morning, and that overview webinar is at that site. And that's a place to sign up for DMC. Remember, this sale ends Monday night at midnight Central Time. I can't stress how strongly I feel that this is the best training to bring your business, whatever it is, online. And this is the best price I've ever seen her do it. And her prices are always much less. I mean, I've been to workshops that a weekend costs me more than a year of Ann's normal training, plus her workshops, which are outstanding. They are places where you actually work. They are not pitch fest for various products. They're actually training sessions, and she holds just dynamite workshops. And I've had, like I said, a weekend that cost me more than a whole year of everything I spent with Ann, and I learned so much more because when I was ready for more training, it was there. So I will look forward to seeing you in the Daily Marketing Coach. And if you've got any questions, don't hesitate to give me a call. My phone number, 321-279-9615. Hope you guys are having a great weekend, Cyber Monday, Black Friday, the whole 9 yards. And see you soon. Bye-bye now.